because I never switched my little camera around. There we go. Now we got it up here. I got to change one more thing here. I forgot to change one setting over here. Hang on 1 minute. Bear with me. I got my old settings from this morning. There we go. Now we got a chart. Now we got my face up there. All right. You can hear me now. You can see me. That's better. Okay. Good to go. Anyway, where was I? Mark McC, one of the moderators here at American Dream Trading. Glad you could be here. You know the routine. If this is your first time being here, make sure you click that subscribe button. Also smack that like buttons, share buttons, and also turn your notifications on. That way you don't miss any of our upcoming broadcasts. And speaking of our broadcasts, we are live here at American Dream Trading for absolutely free 3 times daily. Coach is live from 9 a.m. to 11 a.m. Eastern Time, Monday through Friday. I'm live with the Futures Education and Trading Program from 2 p.m. to 4 p.m. Eastern Time daily, Monday through Friday. And then we have our aftermarket show over on our YouTube channel, which is aptly named American Dream Trading. And that show starts at 4 p.m. with our gracious host, Dawn. And you can join her panel with a live camera, an open mic if you so choose. If not, you can do like you do on these social medias and type in your comments and or questions into your social media chat box. And speaking of which, if you have any questions or comments about anything futures related or in trading in general, feel free to type those also into your chat box, and we'll do our best to answer your questions live as time allows. Glad you could be here with us today. Obviously, we have a lot of news that started last night in the futures market, and that was concerning the government shutdown. I don't believe that final vote in the House has happened, at least not the last time I looked. They're in process. But the Senate did break their stalemate, but it still has to be a final vote in the House. But the market's like that starting last night, around 7, 8 o'clock Eastern Time last night. If you go back and look at your charts, you'll see that you can tell right when that news was made public via the interwebs and the journalistic sites, and the markets went way up. And our members made a boatload of money. They had to call Brinks trucks in and stuff extra cash in garbage bags and store them in a corner and wait for the Brinks trucks to get there. So it's been going on, a continuation of that today. Our members also did very well during the normal trading session starting at 9:30 this morning. I did host for Coach for a while because he lost power to his home, which he was just on TikTok, so that has all been restored. So he was on all the interwebs there for an hour or so saying hi. He just got off the air, and now here I am. So glad to have you here with us. If you haven't been to our website yet, head over to American Dream Trading and check out all the different membership deals and promotions that we have going on. One thing to note is that our Diamond Lifetime is going away at the end of the month. Time is running out, that $5,000 one-time payment. Or if you ask, they may even break it into 2 payments. That's up their coach's discretion, whether they do that or not. But head on over there, check that out, because once that's gone, it's gone. You will be grandfathered in forever. So it's the creme de la creme of all our memberships. It includes being able to trade in stock options, crypto, and all the futures memberships also, not to mention all our a la carte programs that we have, with the exception on one-on-ones with Coach and one-on-ones with David. But everything else is included. If you were to buy each one of those separately, which you can, it would be over $50,000 to do it that way. So you better grab that while you can before it goes away forever. So anyway, let's take a walk around the block here. We're looking at NQs on my screen. This is TradingView, by the way. It's probably the world's most popular charting software, and it just so happens that you can connect some of the brokerage to this, and you can trade actually through TradingView into your brokers. I do it every day. It works very well. I very like it. It's just flat out purty. There's a lot of things it can do. A powerful trading tool to help with your charting and making decisions on when to enter trades or when to get out, or whether it's even a good trade to start with, right? And we teach you how to do all that here at American Dream Trading. It's a skill you build up over time. Can't tell you how long that time is. It's up to each person. Everybody learns differently. Some learn it really quick within a few weeks, 6 weeks, 8 weeks, whatever, and others take years. It depends on how you learn. So when we try to provide all the different avenues of learning within American Dream Trading, we have live Zoom training with Coach and the other training moderators, such as myself. We also have videos that you can watch, documents that you can read, combination of all of them. Plus, not to mention, we have our live shows. But we are live, depending on your membership level, within the live Zoom call, up to 12 hours per day, starting at 4 a.m. Eastern Time through 4 p.m. Eastern Time, Monday through Friday. We also have Saturday training in the late morning, and we also have Sunday evening training also for the Futures VIP members. So we have literally 7 days a week of training here at American Dream Trading for you to take advantage of. Anyhow, glad you could be here with us. You'll see I just typed Howdy345. That says Coach on there, but it's actually me. We share the same corporate account, so I'll be typing random numbers in there off and on throughout the broadcast, just so TikTok knows that our live chat's being used. They give you a warning if you don't do that. So when I think about it, I type some numbers in there. So there you'll see there. Bruce, good to have you here. Says it's his first time here. Nice to have you with us. If you have any questions about futures or trading in general, feel free to ask them down in there in your chat box there on TikTok. Doug's also listed our free trials that we have there. Absolutely free. We have 3 7-day free trials you can try out. Absolutely free, no obligation. You can cancel at any time, and you won't be charged a penny. The one is premium membership, 7-day free trial. That's live Zoom training with Coach and the other training moderators starting at 8:45 a.m. Eastern Time every morning, Monday through Friday. We also have our crypto 7-day free trial. That they have training on a live Zoom call for multiple hours, actually, starting only on Wednesday nights at 7:15 p.m. Eastern Time. And they'll occasionally have pop-up live Zoom trainings also, and they talk everything crypto inside our crypto lounge and our free Discord that you can get. And we also have my favorite, futures, and we start training and trading at 8:30 a.m. Eastern Time through 4 p.m. Monday through Friday also, and this Sunday night live Zoom training with Doug, who hosts that every Sunday night. And also with all the different paid memberships, there's also different advantages that come with it, like newsletters, additional training. It opens up different rooms within our Discord. There's probably, 70, 100 channels. I don't know, I haven't counted them lately in there, depending on your membership. Obviously, the Diamond memberships are top tier. They have access to all the channels within our Discord. If you're a free member, obviously you're limited on what you can see. Just same way, every membership level unlocks even that's much more training activities and access to what you can see. So Doug has been so kind to put direct links to all those memberships and promos that we have on over there in our YouTube live chat. It's a one-click, take you right to our website. If you don't want to click on a clickable link, well, then you can just go to our website itself, AmericanDreamTrading.com, and you'll see our button to smash. It'll take you to the membership page that Doug has already taken the time to post in the YouTube live chat. And he's also mentioned them in the TikTok live chat. Can't put clickable links in there. Sweatsuit Dapper asks over there at TikTok, how do you like Tradify setup? I love it. It's pretty similar to TradingView, what you see on my screen, right? They've integrated that into their trading system. I have the Lightning one, so that I can use trading. It uses TradingView. It's built into their firm. And they also have a Trade-O-Vate setup also on one of the other levels. So, yeah, it works pretty good. Happy with it. I've used it a couple times already. So, anyhow, give it a try. Use the American Dream Trading's special promo code ADT, all in capital letters, and it works really good. But if you use Coach's promo, ADT, all in caps, that will get you even a larger discount than their website advertises because we signed an affiliate agreement with them. So that agreement saves you quite a bit of money off the fees that they have there. So check that out also at TradeIFI. It's the word trade, I-E-F, or yeah, trade, I-F-Y. All one word, TradeIFI. Trade Iffy, if you want to say it that way. Trade Iffy. Maybe that's the way you say it. I don't know. Is it Trade Iffy?
Without the E, it's actually Tradify.
Huh? Is it? Sure.
Yeah. Doesn't have the E in it.
I think it does, don't it?
Like Tradovate, right? Tradovate took the E out, right?
Sure about
it's not
that?
Tradovate, it's Tradovate.
Is it Tradovate? And
I think it is. I think it's Trade.
And then it's Tradivate.
Tradovate.
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
No, it is
See what I mean?
Tradeify, isn't it? Let me look. Let me pull up our website real quick.
It is, Mark. I got a bookmark.
It is. There is an E.
Yep.
It's
Trade Iffy. That's how I learned to remember to spell it. Trade
It's Tradify.
I-F-Y. Trade
Yeah,
Iffy.
Mark.
Trade Iffy.
Tradovate I was thinking of.
So anyway, I have, as part of the affiliate program, Coach got me a 150K Lightning demo account. I can't make real money on it, but it's I'll be sharing that with you here maybe tomorrow, and I'll show you exactly what it looks like. I'd planned on doing it today, but I locked myself out of my account. Playing around.
I wasn't gonna say anything, but you gotta stop doing it.
Yeah, I did a bonehead thing because I mean it's not real money, but I had in the real trading, I had that running in the background. I go, I'll hit that 9K that you're supposed to hit or can hit, and I got involved in something else, forgot all about it. It pulled back there briefly, and it was exceeded the amount that you're allowed to lose in a day. Locked my account out. So tomorrow, I hope to share that with you. We'll do that live, and we'll trade on it that way also. So you'll get to actually see it in action. And, I'm going to do that on a regular basis. They were kind enough to bless me with a demo. It's a demo account, but still, you get to see what it looks like, right? So we'll share that with you tomorrow. I could show you the screen, but it wouldn't do any good because it can't demonstrate anything on it because like a dummy, I locked myself out of it. So you're locked out for 24 hours when you exceed what you can do. Now, the other thing about those prop firms, if you do blow the rules, you got to pay over again, right? So this is a demo account, so I don't have to pay over again, but I'm still locked out for 24 hours. So tomorrow, it'll unlock tomorrow morning, and we'll be able to do that, and I'll be able to show that to you during our live tomorrow at 2 p.m. And I'll also demonstrate it for our paid members also tomorrow. So probably won't trade on it much. That way I don't do something goofy and lock myself out again. But that'll happen, right? And try not to. You got to take it serious. You can't just use that thing willy-nilly because it costs you money every time you blow one of the rules. So that's the thing with prop firms. Now this Tradeify doesn't have all them many restrictive rules, right? But you must understand what the rules are, and you must follow them to a T, or they boot you out and you got to start all over again. So, and that means paying an additional fee. So if you screw up, it's going to cost you money if you want to continue. So, but if you can follow the rules and meet the terms of the agreement and the challenges that they present to you, then you can work your way up and get a funded account where they'll allow you to trade their money, and then they believe it's 10% they take, I think. You get 90% of what you earn, they take 10%. And it's can be a potentially exciting thing. Again, the high failure rate, and they know that, right? All prop firms know that. It's how they make money. It is a for-profit business. The ones that don't follow the rules or don't read the rules, well, that's how they generate income, right? The rules are very clear and upfront and honest. They don't try to snooker you or bury it somewhere within their website where you can't find it. They're clearly defined, but make sure you fully understand them. If there are some terms or something in there you don't understand, do like I did and just don't even bother Google and just go to ask the guy that knows. That would be Doug. And I was messaging him, what about this? What about that? Because I was too lazy to go read it. I finally did go read more. But make sure you Google anything in there you don't know how to understand what they mean. So,
what's a trailing drawdown death?
I don't know. I don't know.
Don't get it.
It's at the end of the day. I don't know. There's too many rules. Just make money. Don't lose no money. You'll be okay.
That's right.
and stay with under the limit they allow you to make per day. Right? That's the gist of it. As long as you don't lose a lot of money in there on your trades, and you don't over make money over the limit that they allow, because that puts more pressure on you, higher demands that get put on you. So just follow the rules, know what they are, right? And it has the potential. Now, I will say I've read statistics that now I'm not saying this applies to Tradeify, but as a general rule, because there's a lot of bad prop firms out there, right? They make the rules so restrictive that it's virtually impossible to succeed, because you're bound to break one of them by accident, right? And there's only about a 90% of people ever see a payout. Or 90% of people don't see a payout. So only 10% do. And a lot of that has to do with less than honest prop firms. So doesn't mean it applies to Tradeify. Coach has done a lot of research on it, and for what little I've seen already, yeah, I think they're pretty well on the up and up too. So they look pretty good.
Yeah.
So now I don't have a funded account, so I can't personally vouch how they pay out, but we will know eventually. We have quite a few members that are taking advantage of that, and they will keep us informed as it happens. So I'm using the Project X part of that, because that's part of that 150K account demo. It's a demo account again. It's not real. But it doesn't matter. It's just like paper trading. It is paper trading, essentially, right? So, but you'll get to see it. I'll be able to demonstrate that for you tomorrow. So if you want to see that, just tune in starting tomorrow, and we'll cover that here. So log in there. Okay, what else we have here? Oh, but anyway, so far I like it. Looks pretty. It's pretty intuitive once you get in there and see how it works. And you can set your screen up how you want, right? You can add things, take it off, whatever you want, right? I'm not big on sales. I took that off mine. I used to use it. I mean, it's got its purpose, but I don't really watch it, so I just took it off. It was just additional clutter that I didn't need. But it is an effective tool. Miguel, is it possible to make $200 a day on gold? Most definitely. Well, it depends on the size of your account, right? If you're trying to trade one contract, can you make that? Well, sure. As long as you're an experienced trader. It's not something you're going to come in here and do right off the bat. It takes experience, whether it's months or years or whatever. But yes, that's a very easily attainable goal. However, gold is also extremely volatile. You can lose just as much money that fast, right? It'll have days where, well, let's take a look at it right here. Let me bring up the ATR volume indicator here so you can see. Right there. Get rid of that. Let me take the EWO off, because we're not going to be trading EWOs. Right now, it's actually pretty low on gold. It's only about 15, so you want to pad that a little bit, about 20. This is probably the least volatile during the normal trading hours that I've ever seen it for a long time. It used to be like this every single day. So it has an ATR 15. That's what the average was before the word tariffs entered our vocabulary and government shutdowns and high interest rates, right? We've seen gold here recently have an average true range, and one candle is well over 100 on one candle. And that's an average too. So 15 is the average right now. I mean, you're going to have larger candles. I mean, here's one that's slightly larger. It's not really all that big. Let me measure this one real quick. That's 30. That's 35. So you're going to have larger candles from time to time. An average is just that, the average. You got all these smaller ones. But this was the other day well over 100. That means that can move up 100 ticks up, or 100 ticks down, or 50 up and 50 down, or 25 down and 75 up on average. Okay, and if you're trading GC, which is the E-mini, that's a lot. Every tick's $10, right? Now, if the thing pulls back on you, 100 ticks, you do the math. What's 100 times 10? That's how much you could lose in one candle. If you don't have, obviously you wouldn't have your stop set that tight, but when the average is that high, you have to account for stops that big. Can you afford to lose that much money in your account? If not, then you should not be trading that, right? Now, right now, this is literally as low as I've ever seen it for probably, a couple months maybe?
At least.
Yeah. I mean, ever since the tariffs and all this stuff entered the news, this has just been crazy. Now, Don't get me wrong, you make a boatload of money on it. Our members do make a boatload of money on trading gold. We seem to have gravitated. It seems almost everybody's trading gold, right? It's sexy. You can make a lot of money, but you can also lose a lot of money. So like NQ is with the indices, right? It's the most volatile indice. Now it moves in the same manner as the S&P 500 does, and they have a lot of the same companies in its top 10 or 12. However, it's the way NQ, the NASDAQ, is weighted differently, right? Where the S&P 500 is basically just based on size. This is based on, percentages. So it moves a lot more candle-wise per minute or per 2 minutes or whatever you're trading on than what the ES does. So like right now, this is 30. What's ES? ES is only 6, right? Now look at the charts. Let me spread this out a little bit, right? This is the S&P 500. That's NQ. NQ, ES. NQ, ES, NQ. They almost look identical, right? But the problem is the price scale's higher, right? You're only around the 6,000, upper 6,000s on ES, where you're in the 25,000s, right? So this is going to move, this one's going to move 30 ticks in the same amount of time that ES is only moving 6. Okay. And that's one of the reasons, NQ only pays $5 per tick. Everybody's like, well, that ain't much. Why does ES pay out $12.50 a tick? Well, ES doesn't move as many points in one candle like NQ does. So if you can't handle that volatility of losing 5 times 30 per contract, then you shouldn't be trading it. You may want to go look at ES, where it's only 6 times 30. Or 6 times 12.50 actually, right? So they're about the same really when it comes down to it. But NQ is really more volatile. You're a new trader, you have no business trading NQ. You really might want to look at M2K, which is the Russell 2000 index. It tends not to be so crazy, right? That or even the Dow. Now they have their moments. Don't get me wrong. That's why it's important to kind of watch the ATR and see how it is. See, now this on a 1 minute candle is only 8. YM on a 1 minute candle is 10. ES is 6. And then you got NQ is 32. So you can see the difference. The higher number, the more volatile it is, the more it's moving up and down. That's what that's measuring, how many ticks it moves on average. It doesn't mean all one direction. It just means that's how much you can watch your. That's why I show you when I'm doing this paper trading. I'll leave my P&L open on my trade so you can see that wild gyration. If you shouldn't trade with your P&L open, because that will definitely influence the way you trade the trade that's in front of you. So it's best to turn that off. And like TradingView, they make it really easy. You just go up here into settings, and I can come over here into trading, and I can turn these on and off. See, right now I have it off, so let me show you. So if I would do a trade right now in NQ, I'll just pop one up here just for the sake of doing it, right? Let me just do one right here. It'll just show, see, it just shows how many contracts I have. It says 1, okay? Now I can come up here and change this so it actually shows my profit and loss. I can either do it through money, the actual dollar amounts, or ticks, or percent growth. So now you see it over here. Look, I'm down. Oops, I didn't hit save. Hang on. Go back. There we go. Try it again. Okay, there we go. So now this shows I'm down. I'm up $8. I'm down, up $7, up $8, up $7, up $11, $11.50, 10. See how that's gyrating around there, right? That when those numbers are bigger, even it's or if you have a small account, that will affect your trade mentally. You'll see sitting there watching these numbers going up and down. Well, if it gets to $10, I'm going to sell, which is fine. You could do that. But, what if your goal is $10 and it goes down $10? Now you got to get that $10 back plus another 10. And that can influence your decision making. So it's best to turn this off while you're in a trade. You don't need to know how much money you're making. You need to know, see how it draws that line across, right? If my candle's above that line, I know I'm making money, right? If it's below that line, I know I'm losing money. That's all you need to know. You need to be watching these candles in your chart levels, right, to manage the trade while it's in effect. So looking at these numbers will scare you out and make you make irrational decisions, whether you believe it or not. Subconsciously, at least, it will. Okay? So you're further ahead to turn these off. Now I leave them on here just so you can see that. Right now, this is only one contract. Imagine if I was going, hello?
What the hell is going on?
What's going on? What if I was doing 25 contracts? Okay. So let me add 25 contracts to that. Of course, I'm in NQ. I wouldn't trade 25 contracts that way. But so now watch these numbers, right? Now I got 50 of them. I'm just throwing these on. You wouldn't do it this way. You would trade E-minis, but since I have this up, now look at the numbers. See how fast them are going around? 238, 161, 212, 161, 59, 80. Oh my gosh, I'm going to lose. I got to take that money, right? But you're watching that number. You're not watching what the candle's doing here. You don't know if it's hit a level and it's going to bounce off of it, or it's going to go up and bounce off of it. You're not paying attention. You're watching your money, right? And you can't do that when you're trading. You have to concentrate on the trade in progress, and because you have to be over here watching this, making decisions. What do I want to do when it gets here? What do I want to do when it gets here? What do I want to do when it gets there, right? Now I'm down $68. Now I'm down 14. Now I'm plus 8, plus 34, all within the same candle. So candles will live and breathe. Now, well, sometimes when it does that, it'll drop out on you and you end up losing money in the trade. That's part of trading, right? You don't win every trade. Every trade is not green. You're going to have losing trades every single day. The goal is to get good enough to where you don't end up with a red day, right? And there's things beyond your control. Somebody can come in here and dump a large order, and you're going long, and they dump a whole big order, and that candle just plummets. You could be out thousands of dollars, but that's why we have a stop to limit your downside. And the part of the art of trading is setting that stop loss to where it's big enough, large enough to allow your candles to move without getting it too tight, and it stops out your trade, right? So if you get this too tight, if I slide this up here, what's my ATR 30? Let's just say I slide that up there. Let's say I cut it way back, all right? Well, if this candle because you see how it moves up and down, it don't just generally always go straight up or straight down, right? It'll gyrate, it'll pulse. It breathes. We say it breathes, right? So you have to give it room to breathe. If you move this up too tight, this may come down, just barely touch that line for a fraction of a second, and I'd be out, $1,000, right, on that trade. And then it shoots straight up. So that's part of the art of trading. And we teach you how to do that here at American Dream Trading. That's all part of the art of trading. And this is part of the hardest part, is learning where to set your stops, right? So, but you can't trade without a stop. You have to have that there to protect your account. Okay, something catastrophic. What happens if your power goes out or you lose your internet? I've had it happen to me. I just had it happen to me recently, right? Wasn't a good thing, right? I did have a stop, but it was, I lost more money than I wanted to, but the stop was there to do its job from them catastrophic things. So always make sure you have your stops in place. It's never pleasant to lose money, but that is part of trading. If you don't ever want to lose money, well, this is the wrong business for you. You will have losing trades. It's just part of it. But as you develop your skills over time and listen to what the sound of Coach's voice is when he's teaching, eventually it's going to start clicking, and we all learn at different levels. So you got to institute all these things together to become a successful trader. And that's the easy part. All those mechanics, that's the easy part. You know what the hardest part is? The stuff that's between our two ears, our own minds. The psychological part of trading is the hardest part to overcome. It's a constant battle. You want to know about yourself? Become a day trader, right? See how you react. Being able to have discipline to stay in a trade, or know when to, having the discipline to take a losing trade on purpose, and being able to recognize it's time to get out of this losing trade, that it's not coming back. Those are all hard things to overcome. It really is. Because we want to get into that hopium. Oh, it'll come back, right? It'll come down to that level and bounce. I just know it. I can feel it. I got a feeling, right? And the next thing you know, you've lost $1 million, right? So you can't do that. You got to kind of work your way to getting robotic in your trading, and have a strict entrance criteria to your trade and strict exit criteria, even if that makes taking a loss on purpose happen. And that, believe me, it sucks when you have to do that, but what's the old saying, rip the Band-Aid off and get over with it, get on with it, right? Move on to the next trade. So it's either that, or you can go curl up in the couch in a fetal position, woe is me. And we all get that way. I've done it many times, right? And what's coach say? You get 3 minutes. You know, that's it. You can go feel sorry for yourself for 3 minutes. You chose this profession. Well, that's part of what you got to learn, right? And it's hard. It really is hard. And it's not something that comes naturally, right? I can remember losses I used to take I thought were devastating that they aren't nothing nowadays, right? Because you grow in your experience, right, and wisdom, and you learn that's just part of the mental aspect of trading, right? You will lose money on a trade. Again, the goal is to be green, have more green trades or more profitable trades than you do negative, right? So anyway, see how this is already, how that all pulled back. This is paper trading. It's not real money, so don't feel like I'm losing money here. But that's why you don't use your P&L visible on there. Now, I do that for you guys while we're live so you can see it, okay? And I'm going to leave that up there. So if we take some trades here, step through some trades live. So anyway, that's NQ. ES looks the same right there. Look, see both charts? Again, there are different price scales, but they are the same there. So, or YM, the Dow, look how nice and steady that one's kind of climbed all day compared to ES and the NASDAQ, right? And there's M2K. It's been climbing really nice here lately, but how did it start at the beginning of the day? It went down to the toilet. Look at that. Look at that nice trade to the downside. That nice short. Look at that. We're a little bit after market opened, and that thing went clear down there until 11 o'clock. And then it finally just went doink and started going back up again. And now where's it at? It's pretty close to, well, it is. It's pretty much where it was open, where it was when it opened. Let's see here. Yeah, Russell's up about 0.75%, or the Dow's up 0.75%. NASDAQ's up 2. ES is up 1.4, and the Russell's up 1.29. So this is Russell here. This is the Dow here. The Dow has been a nice steady climb, right? See how less volatile looking the chart is? Now, they all have their moments. Don't get me wrong. You can get one ginormous candle drop on any one of these at any time. News happens. None of this matters. If somebody opens their pie hole right now and gets on world TV and proclaims something that's not good news that the market doesn't like, this thing can go zoom all the way down in a fraction of a second. From the time you blink and you wake up, whoa, what just happened there? I've had that happen many times. You look away, I'm looking at another screen, I look back, and next thing you know, this candle's 40 foot long to the downside against me, right? So you have to be emotionally invested in your trade. You have to be, laser focused on what's going on in front of your face on every single trade. And I will tell you, to do this all day long is mentally exhausting. We sit here as moderators and paid members in American Dream Trading. We train 12, 15, 16 hours a day sometimes. We get into it, right? It's not that we don't take a break from time to time, but this gets kind of addicting sometimes, and you can really get sucked in, so you got to be careful. You have to manage that. Can I give you my prediction on XRP? XRP is going to go up. XRP is going to go down, and XRP is going to go sideways. There's my prediction. I know I'm being a smart aleck here, right, G? No, I can't give a prediction. I don't even trade XRP. Do I know what it is? Yes. Do I trade it? No. We have a lot of members that do trade crypto. I'm not an active crypto trader. It's not that I haven't. I just not an active one. Don't follow it at all. I know, if you think it's going to go to $1 million overnight, that probably ain't going to happen, right? Not like Bitcoin where it can shoot up and down like crazy, right? But what you can do is you can chart it out and see what the trends are. Put your indicators on there and see, and trade the trade that's in front of you. And if you're buying for long-term holdings, which I know a lot of people do, I know some of my friends have it. They bought and held it. They're still holding it, right? I couldn't even tell you what the price is. It's probably what, $3.50 or something? I have no idea. Let's go look at it. We'll go look at it real quick. Just because you asked. XRP, right? We'll look here at the, which one do I want? I don't want the futures. I want, there's so many different ones here. Let me go to change this to crypto so it gets rid of all the noise. There we go, to the US dollar. How about that one? That wasn't far off. Well, it was $1 off, actually. Whew, it is lower, isn't it? So it's like $2.50 right now, right? Well, can I trade this? Absolutely, I could trade it. I don't know a thing about XRP per se. as far as its chart moves. Have I seen it before? Obviously I have, okay? Well, I shouldn't say obviously, but I have. Our members talk about it. You know, we'll pop it up on our charts every now and then. But if I'm going to trade this, I can't trade this like this right now. I have to have my chart charted out. So to do it real quick, I'll just put it on a 4-hour chart, right? Let's do it real quick together. Why? I know we're not talking about crypto here, but a chart's a chart's a chart. I don't have this charted out, so we're going to do it real quick. So I'm going to come up here. Now, again, my lines may not be to the penny because I'm not going to scroll in that far, right? Let me go up here. All right, so I'm going to pop a line there. Why? Because on 4 hours, I can see where it hit there a whole bunch of times. Let me change this to white. All right. Back up here. I can see a level here, right? I can see a level down here. So now I see how I am. I'm getting more things to work with now. I'm getting some lines on my chart where historically this has been stopping, right? So I'm going to get the major levels off of a 4-hour chart. Do I have a line there? No, I don't have a line there. There we go. Now I have a line there. I think. Wait a minute. How did I turn that color? Hang on. I got to go back to this line. I bumped the wrong button there. There we go. All right. So I'm going to go up here a little higher. Okay. I'll get this thing out of the way. I keep touching it. All right. So let me get a couple more quick lines on here. I can see maybe where it hung out here, right? Yep, I could. I'm going to pull this down a little bit as a level for support there. All right. Now I'd do this much faster if I wasn't telling you what I was doing here, right? I got to slide this chart down. Hang on 1 minute. All right. Yeah, it doesn't matter. I'll leave that line there. Okay, so I'm not looking here real long term. I'm just looking what's in front of me right now on my face. So I have some historical levels. Now I may go to a 2-minute chart. Okay, so now I'm going to expand this out. All right, and this doesn't matter whether this is a stock, whether it's crypto, whether it's options chart, whether it's futures. You know, now I'm on a 2-minute chart, so I'm going to take a look here. Is there a lot of places that it tends to hit? Well, here it topped out here. Does that line come across? Well, that one almost touches. Maybe I need to move that line up a hair, tweak it just a little bit, kind of split the difference, right? All right, so now I can come in here. I can spread this out a little bit, kind of zoom in, get my historical levels so I can see them a little bit better. Does it look like it was trading right in here, right? So now I have that, and so on and so forth. You rinse and repeat, whether you want to do weekly, monthly, daily, whatever. You need to have it charted out well. I'm just doing this for a quick reference, all right? So I'm going to go to 1 minute now. Can I trade XRP now? Yeah, I can. I would like to have some levels up here, a little higher than that, but you get the idea, right? Well, what do I know about XRP if I was trading this on a 1 minute chart right this minute? Well, I can see I'm at a quad top, or, you know, this is a very strong point of resistance. What do I expect at resistance? Well, by the very nature of that word, I expect resistance, a rejection. Can I play this? Can I play this to the downside on this? Play the bump down and make money on it? Yeah, I can. Or I can sit here and wait and see if it breaks through, right? So there's different ways of doing that. But now I have at least a couple lines. Now I need a lot more lines in this. But can I go short on that and make money? Yeah, sure I can, right? There. Okay, well, we'll see here. Let me change this back so you can see actual dollars, right? For those that want to see that. Let me put that back on there, all right? Well, I'm up a whole 70 cents. Apparently, you got to buy a whole bunch of this, right? But this, look at the fluctuation in the price over here, right? This red and green, right? So I have 1,000 units, apparently, of this. So if I was shorting this, I could play the bounce off this down to the 9. Which it did because I was profitable there for a minute, right? So now, was this a good entry? No, I wanted to see the next candle start on the shoulder here. What's my timer at here? How much time I got left on this candle? Let's see. Oh, there it is. I got 55 seconds, right? So I could trade that, right? And so I have something I can go by, and I would get more levels on this before I trade it like this. So once you get your information, a chart's a chart's a chart. It don't matter what it is. I have no opinion on XRP. I do not follow it. I do not trade crypto. But you know who does? That'd be Bucko. And Bucko, I don't believe, is in here. He was in here this morning moderating for Coach. Bucko is one of our 2 training crypto moderators, very highly intelligent on everything crypto. He would be better qualified to answer that question more so than me. Now, we have members in here right now that trade crypto, right? I don't actively trade it. But regardless, we would not be able to give you what we think it's going to do because neither I or anyone else associated with American Dream Trading are licensed financial advisors. And as such, we cannot give you financial investment or tax advice. This is for educational and training purposes only. Never mimic anything you see on my screen, right? So, but one thing we will do, we're not a call out. We don't tell you to buy XRP now and sell XRP now. We don't do that. What we do for you, though, and the benefit to you for being a paid member is we train you. So like that question you just asked, can you give me a prediction? Well, when you get enough training and education on these things, you may be able to answer your own question. We want you to develop a skill that'll last you a lifetime, that you'll be able to make a decision. Should I get in this trade now? Should I wait? Or is this just a totally bad trade? I don't want to get in it at all, right? Just like this, I would have to have more lines on this chart, so I would go on a 2-minute chart, and I would get more historical data, okay? I just wanted to give you an idea. That's how you start to chart out a chart, right? And you go from there. More higher time frames you have, the better you are. And that you could see, I mean, coaches' indicators tell me that this is on a general small upswing to the upside right now, at least nothing else short term. Early, it plummeted. So you can see it's highly volatile, right? Look at these wild swings this thing has, right? Can you handle that type of movement at one time, right? If you can't, then you probably shouldn't be trading XRP, right? So anyhow, that's how we do that. A chart's a chart. Once you learn the basics, you can trade anything in the world. And I guarantee you, I could trade this, and I guarantee you I can make money trading this. Do I want to? No. I'm not interested in crypto. It's just not my thing right now. Futures is my thing, my passion, thing I like the most, right? So, but that's a good question, though. Thanks for asking that. Hopefully you can see that, right? So American Dream Trading has its memberships for paid members. It has its advantages, right? We teach you how to do all this. So that way some old dude on the internet with 3 hairs left on his head isn't trying to tell you to do something. Well, you can learn to do it yourself, right? You're not dependent on me or some other tick toddler, right, who's here today and gone tomorrow. Would you be able to rather be able to make your own intelligent decisions on what a trade is? And you can do it. I believe anybody can learn to do this if you put the time and the effort into it. Showing up every day, taking notes, listening, asking questions. Just like you asked that question, what my opinion was, right, on XRP. I don't have one. I just flat don't have one, right? What do I trade? Well, I trade futures. I trade pre-market stocks. I think I did one trade today. I think I made $250 or something like that this morning. That's the only one I did. And I did that full time before. But now I'm 100% futures. I've been doing this for 2 weeks short of a full year. Well, I started paper trading about a year ago in October of last year. So a little over a year. Started trading real money about the week before Thanksgiving. And I've taken a $700 account and grown it quite well. So I've done all right for myself. But I also had experience in 2 years of training under my belt before I even came to futures. So is that a long time for trading? Not really in the scheme of things, but it's enough that I had enough experience. I came over here, found out that what Coach teaches us applies to futures also. So all those principles that Coach teaches applies to all trading platforms or vehicles, right? There's no special rules for trading futures and crypto and stocks. All the same rules apply. So, analyze and predict gold markets using AI. I don't think so. They're a neo trader. Well, you know what? I don't come into your house and try to sell you something in your company and try to sell you something. And I'm not going to allow that here either. So, goodbye. Respect the house you're in. You'll learn that eventually. You get kicked out or muted from enough places. Goodbye, Felicia.
You are the weakest link. Goodbye.
Goodbye. You are the weakest link. I don't play anymore. I used to warn people. Not anymore. You're gone. I ain't got time for games. All right. So, this is our business, and that's fine. If you got something that you're doing, well, that's fine. Don't be coming into somebody else's business trying to sell them. That's like going to Amazon, right? I put something on Amazon to sell, and then underneath of it's 15 other people selling the same thing. That's a bunch of baloney, right? They all do that nowadays, right? Well, you may consider this seller, right? And they recommend other people. Like, that's crazy. You found my site, but yet they're recommending other people. But, you're using their platform. You got to abide by their rules. So, all right. So let me scroll back through the YouTube's comments real quick. Doug's answering questions left and right over there. So gold more volatile in ES? Yeah, oh yeah, definitely. How much is 1 micro gold? Well, it depends on your broker. The broker sets that. On Tradeovate, it's $50 for 1 micro. On TradingView, I believe it's 130 or something. I forget. It's more, a lot more. It's set by the broker. Okay.
Micro gold is 313 or something like that, I think.
On Webull, and it's only $50 with Tradeovate.
Mm-hmm.
So, there's trade-offs. The fees are higher with Tradeovate, so you have to examine those things too. Do you add more if you're down? Never add to a losing trade. Once you're down, you're down. Dollar cost averaging is not the same thing as adding to a losing trade to try to dollar cost average your losses. That breaks one of Coach's rules. You never add to a losing trade. You manage that losing trade by either having great confidence that it's going up, not hopium, but you have something you see that it might move up, or you rip the Band-Aid off and get out of it and take the loss. We shed on pullbacks. We lock in our profits, just like Orklo said. Never, ever, ever add to a losing trade. Now, you hear people talk about dollar cost averaging, and they mistakenly apply that to a losing trade to dollar cost average my overall losses, right? I bought it for $1. Well, if I go buy the same amount again, and I may lower my cost down to 50 cents, right? Or whatever, right? Well, now you just thrown more money at bad. Dollar cost averaging, or what they call DCAing, applies to long-term investing, right? I bought Tesla at $200. Well, over time, in the last couple of months, it's dropped down to $100. Well, it's on sale. So I'm going to go, I love Tesla. I want to own Tesla for a long time. I'm going to go buy Tesla on sale. So now my net cost per all my shares together is what? Is the combination of the two. So I may have reduced my cost down to $50 a share or $100 a share, right? That's different. That's for long-term holdings. You're not throwing, now, if you've got a crap stock, you don't go throw more money into it, right? So the same rule can apply to stocks. But dollar cost averaging means you're buying on a consistent time frame. If for those of you who have 9-to-5 jobs and have 401ks, you are dollar cost averaging every single payday. Every time they take money out of your paycheck, it goes in your 401k. You're buying more net asset value in your mutual funds or whatever it is you're invested in your 401k. So today may be $1, the net asset value may be $1, and next pay it may be 75 cents. Well, and then the next one it might be 50 cents, and the next time might be $1.25. So it fluctuates, right? When the prices go up, you get more of the shares, if you want to look at it that way. And when the prices are lower, you get more of it, right, for less money. So over time, the history of your 401k, hopefully all of it will be up when you get ready to retire, and that's how you make money, right? But you average out how many shares you can get over a long time period on a fixed investment strategy. That's different than throwing good money after bad. So don't ever do it. You have two choices to make. You either have to have a daggone good reason you're still in that trade, or you need to rip the Band-Aid off. That's the only two options you have. Never add. Good question. I haven't been asked that for a while. That's a good question. All right. Yes, gamblers work. Yeah, if you're a gambler, if you're the Vegas type mindset, yeah, trading futures is not for you. You'll lose your money real quick. All right. Ronald, I said on TikTok that guy who was promoting a bot, he's fake, and you muted. Did I mute you by mistake? I'm sorry, Ronald. Are you unmuted? Crap. Well, hopefully I just muted you. I didn't ban you. Didn't say you were banned, did it? Did it tell you, Ronald, that it was just muted? That's what you put in there. That'll clear after. See if you can go back in. I don't know how long that muting lasts, whether it's the whole broadcast or just if you come back in, you're unmuted. I think it's the whole broadcast. Hopefully I didn't ban. It didn't say I banned you, right? So
I unmuted him.
Oh, did you? How do you do that?
Yep.
Was his name still showing up or what?
Super secret.
Oh, a secret. Oh, well, you're going to have to share that with me sometime.
Yeah, just go into the settings, mod settings, It's a little
Oh,
gear
up
icon
there.
at the top.
Oh, yeah, I remember seeing that once, a long time ago. Oh, look at that. Well, Ronald, you're unmuted. I only have
And then you can
one person that's
you,
muted. That's the one I just kicked out for promoting
yeah.
his own. That's the one. Sorry about the friendly fire, buddy. And there's the block.
I got you, Ronald.
There's the block. That Doug, he knows some stuff. He's a smart guy. He knows some stuff. Oh, look at that. There we go. Boy, is that nice. Yeah. I ain't got time to learn all this stuff, Doug. I'm a tick toddler. I got to get on here and start tick toddling.
That's right. You got to title that TikTok.
There's Ron. There he is. Said, thank you. That was Doug's doing, not mine. Can we do online with you on the Discord? I will answer questions that you have within the Discord if you happen to tag me in it. You mean me and you trade together? No, we don't do that. You know, we train and trade live in our live Zoom call, whoever the moderator is, right? Again, I never will tell you what to buy and sell. You know, yes, you can watch me trade live for paid members on my live account, but you never hear me say I'm getting in, getting out. They never, unless they happen to be staring at my screen at the time. They don't know. Most 90% of the time, they're doing their own thing anyway. They're not even watching my screen. They're doing their own trades, right? So, but we do talk about levels. You'll hear people say, or I'll even say, hey, has everybody got a level here on gold? We got a big gap there. What do you got? And somebody will say, well, I got one at this level. Okay, thanks, right? Those kind of things we do, but we never, ever tell people when to get in and out. You hear the call outs during the lives. All that is just a signal to our other paid members, hey, go take a look at it. It's not an inducement to buy, right? My risk tolerance might be lower than yours. What if I go chase something you call out that's super risky? What if I can't handle trading NQ and I hear that call out and it's 5 times more volatile than what I'm used to trading, right? Well, I get in something, get my face ripped off, right? Destroy my account. When do future tradings closing? Well, the market closes at 5 p.m. daily. And reopens at 6. It's closed for 1 hour a day. It's open 23 hours a day. Yeah, so we do have live Zoom trading every day. Best shop for you all. But no, there's not one-on-one trading together. That's not going to happen. I got to make my own money too every day, right? So now, will we discuss trades? Yeah, we'll discuss levels. We'll discuss logic for watching certain areas. But again, we never tell anybody what to buy or sell. Doug talked about support and resistance levels in great detail today. We deep dived into a member's question. Now, I don't know exact time, but I'm guessing it was probably pushing it close to an hour on this subject, right? Just on that one thing alone. And the importance of it and how to recognize them and how to play levels and stuff. But Doug didn't say, here, buy right now while we're talking about it. Doug didn't say, here, sell while we're talking about it. No, not at one time did he do that. But he talked about how, oh, come on, TikTok. You got to be kidding me. Not this early. What's going on here? Let me see. Now I got to complete this puzzle. Last time I tried it during on the day today, because this thing updated, the puzzle did not work. So if this doesn't work, TikTok might get killed after an hour. Let's see here. Waiting on the puzzle to load right now. It's taking its good old time. Hasn't even loaded yet. That's not a good start. So the next about 5 minutes, I might lose TikTok. We'll see. One thing you should have an alternate account. You should be over there on our YouTubes. For those of you on TikTok, have you been to our American Dream Trading YouTube? Why not? Get over there now. Join it, because if this TikTok gets killed here in about under 5 minutes, you're going to lose the feed. But it carries on over there on YouTube's. YouTube. You have more than just a YouTube? Do you have a TikTok account? Do you have Facebook? Whatever. Because all the social medias were on them. So, and I'm waiting on this puzzle to load, and it's not loading right now. So we'll just wait and see here what happens. I'll come back to it. I got about 4 minutes here. All right, do I use indicators? Yes, you see them right on my chart right now. This is what I use every single day. Coach's 3.0 indicators that come with my paid membership. It's part of what I get as a paid member, is I get these indicators that you see here, which, yes, I'll have to, this is TradingView, so you have to have a paid subscription to TradingView, which has nothing to do with American Dream Trading. It's purely optional, but if you want Coach's 3.0 indicators, you have to have a subscription to TradingView. I have it. I love it. It makes me money every single day using it. Results not guaranteed or implied, but I know how to use it. I understand what it's showing me and telling me. There's a whole book of knowledge right here on this one little page, whether this is a good trade to take or not, right? It helps me make those decisions. It doesn't tell me where to buy or sell, but I can tell you where to buy and sell by what this information is telling me, right? And I do that day in, day out, trade after trade after trade. I just love them. It's worth every penny of the membership alone, right? So, all right. Yeah, this laptop system I'm using, I initially tried to do it both ways. Steve over there on TikTok, he said he likes the landscape version. And I tried doing both. It just was too much of a drag on the system, so I just went with the landscape mode. Just make things easier and less taxing on the system. Yeah, this TikTok puzzle won't even load, period. Let me try the audio thing here if I can get it to do that. I don't know how that works. It's just not loading for some reason. It's been working great all week. I haven't had any issue. And today during Coach's Live, yes, he says network error. Network error. Well, I'm talking to you. Power hour. Woohoo! Anyway, on TikTok, I would highly recommend you go find our YouTube live broadcast over there. Our channel is American Dream Trading. Get on over there. You're maybe getting kicked off this TikTok here in about 2 minutes if this puzzle thing don't open. Just doesn't want to do it. And they don't care. And I can't do anything about it. So you're going to get kicked off your TikTok probably 2 minutes. So for those of you who could wish to follow this, I'm trying my best to get this to load. It just won't reload that puzzle piece or the audio or the visual. Here we go again. See if I can get this puzzle piece I can drag over there. Okay? So TikTok, you may be gone in under 2 minutes. Can't help it. Head on over to YouTube right now, as a matter of fact, if I was you. There's 71 of you in here. There's plenty of room over there in our YouTubes. Doug will be watching and welcoming you over there. When you come on over, hey, say, hey, I'm here from TikTok. That way we know. Because we have no way of knowing who comes from where unless you tell us, right? So, one last plug for TikTok in case they do indeed get booted, and it looks like that's going to happen. Make sure you head on over to our website, which is American Dream Trading. Click on our membership button there, and it'll show you all the different promos and regular memberships that we currently have in effect. And go there. So, Doug will be waiting there to greet you over on our YouTube channel, which is called American Dream Trading. All right. So the 71 of you that are in here, I'm about to lose you. This thing is not even attempting to load that puzzle piece. It's just got this spinning wheel of death, I call it. Remember those? Well, Apple, I'm a big Apple MOS user, or IS user. And you get the spinning beach ball sometimes. I don't see it on my new system, but I have seen it where I don't know what it's doing. It's locked up. Can't do anything. So, yep, it's not going to load. And I got about 30 seconds left. And TikTok, you're going to be gone. I apologize for that. But I did give you an alternative to leave here, the 75 of you, and head on over to our YouTube channel. Make sure you say hi when you get there. Say you're from TikTok. That way I can see. Do I use my indicators? That comes with your paid membership. VIP, VIP Gold, Diamond, and Futures memberships. That will come with your paid membership only. It's just built in. It's automatically part of your membership. And there goes TikTok. Bye-bye, TikTok. Sorry. Anyway, TikTok's gone. That puzzle piece was not complete, so we're going to carry on with YouTube for a while. We'll see if any of them come over there. I kind of doubt it. They never do. We have 18 in here right now. We'll see if that number suddenly goes up dramatically. I've yet to see that happen, but we'll see. I don't know why YouTube is more stable than TikTok is any day. I don't know why everybody don't go to YouTube, right? Anyway, NQ's at a strong point of resistance to the upside. This needs to break and hold above this 711, 712 level here. Give or take a few points, depending on how you have it charted out. Could I move this up here? Yeah, I could, but I'm not going to. Let's take a look at YM. It's still hanging on, holding on its own. This. And we have M2K is still climbing. Can you imagine if you got in that at 11 o'clock? You could have went and took a nap. You could still be taking a nap, right? Look at that thing. Just doesn't stop. It's amazing. Amazing, I tell you, right?
If only there was a
If
place.
there's only a place you could learn to do that. Does anybody know such of a place? I do.
American Dream Trading.
AmericanDreamTrading.com. I know. I ain't supposed to say that. I don't care. I don't care. Oh, wait. I don't have to worry about it. TikTok's not on. They're the only ones that care that you promote your own website, which is crazy.
Yep.
They're the only ones that care. Now, YouTube, you can't play music. They do care about that. That's a 320 tick climb on M2K. Okay? So it pays a half a dollar a tick, so they'll take a half of 320. What do you got? 160? Right? $160 for clicking the mouse once. One contract. One micro contract that costs you $50. 3 times on your money? Yeah, that's a good day any day. Take $1 and go into your bank today and say, here's $1. I want 3 back right now. Or you can, even if you want, you can give them, give them 2 hours, 3 hours to give you $3 back, right? They'll laugh you out of the bank. Matter of fact, they'll throw you out of the bank, right? They ain't going to do it. They can't do it. Oh, day trading can, though. Look at that. Imagine if that was a regular Russell, right? RTY, that pays $5 per tick. So you do 5 times 300. What's that? 5 times 3 is
15.
1,500.
5 times. Yep.
There we go. There's MES. It's nicely steadily climbing. It pays $1. It pays $1. What? 25 per tick, or $12.50 for the E-mini ones. Look at that climb. How would you like to get in that trade? It's probably the same time, right? I would imagine. I don't know. Let's go look. I had some running around to do for an hour and a half or 2 hours today, so I missed a lot of this. I was already done training this morning. I had a very, very nicely big day today, so I reached a new milestone. I was like, okay, I'm done trading for the day. I ain't giving up a dime of that. It ain't every day.
You reached another milestone?
Oh, yeah. Starts with
Nice.
One more than the last one.
I
It was big
have a
week.
feeling. Yeah.
It's very
Keep that
big.
feeling to yourself. It's probably just gas anyway.
Yeah, you're probably right.
So
It's
there's
probably just a fart.
250 tick times what? 5, right? $1,000 just on, or no, times 1250 if it was 1250 times what I say it was 250 roughly. There's $3,000 just on one ES contract, right? You could have got, right? The Dow. See, this is easy money right here. Now, every day is not like these. These are far and few between. But, being present's half the battle, right? Here's the Dow. How much did that go up? How many ticks is that? Give me a little measuring tool here. What's that say? 437. So call it 400 ticks, right? It went up. What's the Dow pay per tick? $5 also? Can't remember. Yeah, $5 per tick, right? 5 times 4 is what? 2,000? One click of the mouse. Still in this trade making money. And then you got M2K, right? It pays 50 cents on a micro, $5 on a big boy one, E-mini, right? What do we have here? So, do you want to learn how to do this? Or are you going to just keep working your 9 to 5 the rest of your life, taking orders and making them easily pay? There's 280 ticks there, right? Times 5. 280 times 5 is what? I don't know. I got a calculator right here. $1,400, right? Nice, steady, just mosey on along, making money while you're sitting there counting it. What about gold now? Gold's a different story, but yes. Gold pays $10 a tick on the E-mini, right?
Love me some gold.
Oh, I love gold. I love trading gold.
Me too.
I was trading it today, did very well, but then I was trading last night when things took off on the news, and I was doing very well, but then it got a little volatile, started slowing down because of the volume, right? It slowed down.
Oh, yesterday we had a day.
Oh, I bet you did,
Oh,
I seen the
we had
news,
a
I'm like,
day.
I was actually expecting, and they did, I was actually expecting the indices just to go to the moon, and they kind of did, but Gold. I thought gold would just plummet on that news, and it didn't. It did just the opposite, right?
I got 100. I got 133 ticks off of 1 micro.
Wow, good job. That's how we make money around here. Did you make that baby cry?
Oh yeah.
Oh, you're so mean. Taking money from a baby. Right here's what is this? This is gold. That's 300 ticks. 1 contract of ES. That's $3,000 just since. Where did I put it at? Since almost 11 o'clock. Just 1 click of a mouse button. Do you want to learn how to do this or not? Well, we'll teach you. We're not a call-out group. We're not going to tell you to buy gold here and sell gold there. We know where our levels are at. We talk about levels. We talk about the importance of them, knowing support and resistance levels. What role do they play, right? How do they affect your decision making, right? All that stuff.
The 9 is pushing
all right,
gold up.
Sweatsuit Dapper says he came over from TikTok. There you go. There's one that said to come over. Just one out of all that. So disappointing. Oh, well. So, anyhow. I'm about ready to call it a day. I don't know about you. Questions. Who's got a question over there in the YouTubes?
YouTubies.
The YouTubies? Is that anything like a Teletubby? Or are they different? I'm built like a Teletubby. I should watch that once. I've never watched them. I can just tell
Really?
by
You never
looking.
watched it?
No, I can just tell by looking at them I wouldn't like it.
It's horrible. Yeah, I wouldn't.
Well, I don't think it's geared to our age level, but my maturity level it might, but not my age level. Because there is a difference. So
You're not wrong about that one.
yeah, there we go. And what's the other ones with the 4 guys in the red, yellow, green, blue shirts that sing?
Barney, you love
Nah,
Barney.
I
Yeah,
hate
Barney.
that. Barney was banned. My
I
youngest son
love
watched
you.
him. We banned him from our house after about the 3rd time I saw that. I couldn't take it anymore.
Yeah. It's pretty horrible.
What's the guys, the singing guys? I think they're from Australia or something.
Wiggles. You guys,
Wiggles.
Wiggles, yeah.
Wiggles.
Yeah.
Now, them guys were pretty cool. I mean, they come up with some pretty inventive songs. They were irritating as I'll get out, too. But kids love them, right? Oh, happy,
you guys heard
energetic, easy to learn songs on the fly. Yep.
Have you guys heard of the new one, Miss Rachel, on YouTube?
No.
Oh my gosh, that girl is.
No. See, my day,
Rolling
I
in the dough.
had Romper Room. I had Captain Kangaroo, right? That's who I grew up.
Miss Rachel is the modern day.
Romper Room.
Yeah,
I see
just all
Billy
those,
and
all those.
Sammy and Tommy and Judy. And she said my
Mr.
name once. I was
Rogers.
so excited that she could see me. I remember specifically remembering her calling my name out.
It's
heck was
a
that woman's
beautiful
name?
Day in the neighborhood, lovely day for a
What was
neighbor.
her name? Yeah, Mr. Rogers. My oldest son liked him. Oh, what was the Romper Room lady's name? I can't think of it. A long time ago. Of course, I did grow
Mr.
up.
Green Jeans with Mr. Captain Kangaroo.
Yeah, Mr. Green Jeans, Bunny Rabbit, and Mr. Moose. Yep, I love Captain Kangaroo. And my kids watched it. Well, at least my oldest one did. My youngest son pretty much grew up with Nickelodeon.
Yep, me too.
So, I mean, he's only
Right, well, you're
4
not
years
even-
younger than my oldest son. So, but its split was a little different. I don't recall my youngest one even caring about Mr. Rogers or any of that. I mean, they watch Sesame Street and all that stuff too when they wee a little bit. All right, I haven't seen one collection. Look at this NQ trade. Who's this? Anybody in that? I mean, that don't get any easier making money that way, does it?
Yes.
All right. Oh, you're an ES, same thing? Kind of?
Yeah, pretty much same deal.
It's not as dramatic, right? But it's still going the same
Right.
way. And they probably are paying about the same, right? So if I'd have got in this trade at, we'll call it 3 o'clock sharp, right? So if I got in this 1 minute here at 3 o'clock, from there to there is 30 ticks, 31 ticks. Obviously, we're not going to be perfect entries, right? Here's 3 o'clock. From there to there is, they say, 60 ticks. So you see the difference? That's basically paying what I say it was 60. And this is what NQ times 5, right? One contract would be 300 versus 30. Was it 30? 30 times 1250 is 375. So you would actually make more money in that amount of movement on ES, right? So, but they're pretty close. They're pretty close, right? On what they're paying. But one's more volatile than the other. NQ, where you would make, why you will generally make more money in NQ is because NQ is more violent, right? It's more volatile. It's going to climb more points in the same amount of time versus ES. Now, when they're both low vol, there's a 7 ATR right there. That's about average. And 25, 30 on NQ. That's about average for them too. I've not seen this low volatility in these forever. Remember, we've seen these in the multi-hundreds on NQ not too long ago. Overs of hundreds in gold. And gold's at 12 right now. That's where it should be. When we first started trading futures over a year ago, we were setting our stops at 15 and 20. And we didn't really have to worry about it. Well, that sure changed first of the year, didn't it? So, and it's exciting, right? Not to sit there as long and make as much money. So, all right. I'm going to call it a day. Ain't nobody asked a question over there on TikTok or YouTube. We've had other Sweatsuit Dapper. He's the only one that's come over. The numbers have not gone up one bit on YouTube since the TikTok feed got killed. So apparently they don't want anything to do with it. I don't know why, but it is what it is, right? So I guess because everybody's a TikToddler, right? They all love TikTok. It's all right there in front of their face all the time. So I thank y'all for being here. I'm going to call it a day. This is my second live today. I had to fill in for Coach when his power died the last minute. That was fun, running around like a chicken with my head cut off. I had to go take one of them marine showers. I just splashed some water on my face in the sink and come back down. Did a quick and went in there 2 minutes, if that. Threw a shirt on, threw a hat on, come down here and did Coach's Live. Of course, I had to go through there was updates on the computer, wouldn't you know, right? I hadn't turned it on at that point that early in the morning. So anyway, I.O. There's Sweatsuit Dapper. So anyway, we are live here 3 times each and every day. Coach is live from 9 a.m. to 11 a.m. Eastern Time, Monday through Friday. We're live here with the Futures program from 2 to 4 p.m. Eastern Time, Monday through Friday. And then at 4 o'clock at the top of the hour, you'll have Dawn over on our aftermarket show over on our YouTube channel, which is American Dream Trading. Also on our YouTube channel, you will find over 2,800 training videos absolutely free for you to watch at any time, 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, even including holidays. You can watch those videos for absolutely free. If we give that much to you free, imagine what we give our paid members. It's mind-blowing, all right, mind-melting, overwhelming at times. So anyhow, I'm going to call this 40 minutes early. I got some running around to do for the church anyway, so that'll help me out a little bit there too. Been busy.
M2K
couple days.
first candle, EWO to the downside.
M2K, thank you. All right. So thank you for all being here. Upon conclusion of this program and any and all of our live programs, they are automatically posted by the magic of the interwebs to our YouTube channel, American Dream Trading. Make sure you get over there to our website and grab our free Discord. You do need our free Discord to get your live Zoom links for your live Zoom training in your memberships. Grab one of those 3 7-day free trial memberships. Join us on our lives as early as tomorrow morning. Get them now. We'll see you in the morning. Thank you all for being here. And we make sure that anybody you come in contact between now and the end of the day or tomorrow